Hey guys, it's Liv here. In today's video, we're going to be using a Maushold and Annihilape team with Ting-Lu as well. If you enjoy this and you want to see some more content like it, leave a like below and subscribe and answer the comment question of the day. What's your favorite Oko move? Mine's definitely sheer cold because of the immunity to ice, but let me know your guys' down below. And with that said, let's get into the team. The Clutch helped me build this team. It's actually one of the first teams we built for the series. It was designed around Mausape and it was a balance. Now I will say I've been on a pretty bad streak with balance lately. I'm not sure why I decided to play balance for today's video, but I guess it's because I didn't have Ting-Lu content yet. So with that said, first mon on the team is Grimmsnarl. Now this is Spirit Break, Misty Terrain, Reflect, and Light Screen. In my opinion, this is actually probably the best way to run Grim. Misty Terrain is really huge for getting around status options like Will-O-Wisp, which is pretty important for stuff like Ting-Lu and Annihilape to try and make their weaknesses to fire attacks, burn specifically a little bit less potent. Specifically on Ting-Lu if I'm not clicking Fisher on an even turn, and also for Pokemon, even like Grimmsnarl, or just getting around Thunderwave in general is huge. So the status is definitely pretty important here, mostly for the Annihilape though, more than anything. With the Reflect and Light Screen, these help Annihilape with getting set up pretty easily, as well as with keeping mons like Ting-Lu and other sweepers in the back alive. And Spirit Break is a great way for just a general offensive move here. We have Light Clay as our item choice. You can also go with Covert Cloak. I just opted to go with Light Clay. And with the Terra Ghost, we do have an immunity to Fake Out if we choose to click it. Our Spadef investment plus HP is designed so that we can take a Focus Sash Fluttermane hit guaranteed, assuming that of course we are at full. And that also implies that it's timid and not modest. The rest is just loaded into Fizz Def here. Meanwhile, with our next Pokemon, Ting-Lu, we do have the Assault Vest on this with the Stomping Tantrum, Heavy Slam, Ruination, and Fissure. And I'm not sure the exact investment for this. Clutch forgot himself, but at the very least, this can take both a +2 Drain Punch from Iron Hands, which is pretty incredible. This does imply that we do Terra, of course. We can make that a 3 KO actually, otherwise it's just 2 KO. Meanwhile, we can also actually take even a modest Specs Terra Fairy Fluttermane hit, and that implies, of course, that again, we're getting hit with Moonblast, and with the Terra, that is now also a 3 KO. Overall, this is really strong, and with Stomping Tantrum plus Fissure, if we do fail the Fissure turn, we can actually just click Stomping Tantrum, and it will do double damage in the next turn, which is very important for just dealing damage with Ting-Lu. Moving on, we do have the Arcanine with the Agua Berry. This is mostly because we have Safety Goggles on our Maushold, which I'll get into in a bit. But with the Terra Water, this becomes a really strong defensive threat, being able to check Pokemon like Champ Pow really easily. And with their speed, I personally am a huge fan of the 220 speed Jolly. It's a great way to outpace Annihilape no matter what, and you always guarantee a burn off against it unless it's Terra Fire. And if it is Terra Fire, truthfully, I find it a lot easier to deal with Pokemon like Ting-Lu on this team, so I'm not as concerned with that. The Snarl is great for dropping special attackers, Flare Blitz is great for dealing damage to Pokemon like Amoonguss and other Terra Grass options, and then E-Speed is a great form of priority here, though if you don't like E-Speed, you can always opt to run Protect here. Both of them are pretty valuable. Moving on to Annihilape though, we have the Terra Fire with Bulk Up, Protect, Rage Fist, and Drain Punch. Now, Clutch and I did decide with running a more complex spread or just opting for max speed, max HP. We decided for max HP, max speed in this format because we didn't know what other things would actually be speed creeping at this point in the format. And with Defiant, we're able to take advantage of a lot of the Intimidate mons. Truthfully, with Gyarados and Arcanine both having high usage, we wanted to make sure we had Defiant. Though Vital Spirit does have some use with getting around stuff like Spore on Moonguss, which is pretty valuable. Ultimately, though, this is partnered with either Grimmsnarl or Maushold and just sets up really easily on opponents and is able to break through them with stuff like Rage Fist and Drain Punch. So you can get a lot of mileage out of this Pokemon as a late game cleaner, truthfully, and it can really just destroy teams even on lead and then become a really good late game threat just with how much damage you'll be dealing. Moving on to Fluttermane, we have the Choice Specs Terra Fairy, or just max speed, max special attack. And this is mostly just designed to tie their Fluttermanes. Again, it's a little early in the format to really know what speed tiers are hitting, so I wanted to be safe. We have the Choice Specs here just for as much damage as possible. And with Psyshock, it's really valuable for the Amoonguss as well as the Glimmora matchup. Glimmora is hitting around 20% usage right now on the Regulation C ladder, and making sure that we could actually handle that with Psyshock was, in my opinion, extremely valuable, especially since we are running a Ting-Lu, which would otherwise be hindered by T-Spikes pretty easily. We have Shadow Ball, Moonblast, and on Dazzling Gleam as well for primary stabs, and with the Terra Steel, we're able to try and take on hits from other Fluttermane as well as possible, which is extremely valuable with the spread. Moving on to our final mon here, we do the Maushold. Now with the 204 speed, we're able to actually creep any opposing any Annihilape that would be running on this team, which is pretty valuable. With this as well, while we could in theory run like a max Fizz Def spread, which actually in hindsight, max Fizz Def would have been better. I'm not sure why we didn't do that. Truthfully, it should have been 244 in Fizz Def and then go with 92 speed Jolly. And that would have actually given a lot more investment for a leftover, which we could have thrown into HP. But that's honestly just an oversight on my end. Very sloppy EVs for sure. At the very least, though, the 4 special attack is just because we want to deal as little damage to the physical as possible, so it was just remaining. And initially, I did need the 140 HP plus the 4 SpDef, but in hindsight, if you guys are running a spread on your own, actually, so at the very least, with the 156 bold, that was meant for an investment jump, but again, you can hit that with 244 and then just proceed to go with 172 HP, and you'll do a better version of the spread. So yeah, I'll link in the paste below the better version of the spread, but it's not going to be on the rental team, and it's also not going to be on the slide. Essentially, though, it's a great partner for Annihilape, though, with Beat Up being a great way to proc Rage Fist damage, as well as Super Fang and Follow Me being great support for it. And the Terra Ghost is great for just opposing fighting type attacks you might be taking with stuff like Annihilape or Iron Hands, so as well as just Fake Out as well. With that said, though, that's going to be the team, and we'll get into the battles. Peace out, guys. Hey guys, we're here today using a team built around Ting-Lu with Annihilape and Maushold. If you guys enjoy and you want to see some more content like this, leave a like and subscribe for more, and answer the comment question of the day. What's your favorite Oko move? Mine's probably Sheer Cold. In all honesty, Sheer Cold having just the immunity to ice types is always pretty funny. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are down below on that. And with that said, today we're starting off with it's a pretty interesting team actually. It's Fluttermane, Arcanine, Ting-Lu, Amoonguss, Dragonite, and then Bronzong. So I'm not sure what the Bronzong here is specifically going to be doing, but it's interesting that it is here nonetheless. As far as my lead goes, I feel like that... So they have a couple options. I feel like that Fluttermane is a pretty good lead for them in general with like a Dragonite or Arcanine. I could also see Fluttermane and Bronzong leading and then going for like a Ting-Lu endgame. I think I just lead off with Annihilape Maushold. I could probably Terra the Annihilape, and I think that'll be a good start. I'm going to bring Ting-Lu in the back, and then I think that the final mon will probably be... I kind of want to bring Fluttermane as the endgame mon. At the very least, it's a nice immunity to their priority, which should be decent. So we'll go with that. Good luck and fun to my opponent, though, and let's see what happens. I have a good enough amount of faith in this team to where I think we'll be fine, but I would be definitely lying if I said that I thought that we were like 100% chance of winning this. But we'll have to see what my opponent ends up doing here. So they're gonna lead off with Ting-Lu and Dragonite. Okay, Ting-Lu Dragonite is fine actually. That might be one of the better leads that I could have gotten here, truthfully, because I'm assuming that means that this is probably gonna go for like an Air Release this turn. I'm gonna go for Bulk Up. Actually, I'm gonna go for Bulk Up this turn, and I'm going to proceed to go for a Protect on Maushold. Actually, no, I'm gonna go for Follow Me. Because Dragonite plus Ting-Lu definitely won't KO unless if they quite literally land a Fissure here. So I'm going to bank on the fact that they're not going to land a Fissure this turn. If they land a Fissure, they're just a better player than I am, objectively speaking. But we'll take that. I'm going to go for Beat Up on the next turn, and then I'll go for the Rage Fist into Dragonite. I might also actually just go for Beat Up into Dragonite, because I'm assuming that's going to be multi-scale. They're going to go for Outrage, that's fine. Okay, they just KO the Maushold. That's definitely Banded Dragonite. That's 100% Banded Dragonite. I can bring in Fluttermane at least, which should be decent. And Fluttermane can break multi-scale for me as well, which should be huge. Earthquake's gonna go off here. It does some okay damage to Annihilape. This will at least boost our Rage Fist damage to 100, which is pretty good. Meanwhile, my opponent's Dragonite should be absolutely finished here, because truthfully, all I actually need out of Fluttermane is just to break the multi-scale. If it has multi-scale, great, we could break it. I'm assuming that's definitely Banded Dragonite though, with how much Outrage did. And the Rage Fist plus the Moonblast should be enough to KO. I can't imagine this mon actually takes it. Okay, that's definitely Banded. Yeah, there's no way that's Assault Blast. With Ting-Lu next to it, there's no way. Perfect. Okay, we took that out. Perfect. Dragonite's gone. It's a huge threat to us, obviously, so I'm more than content with taking that mon out. Heavy Slam will probably KO the Fluttermane here. I'm fine with making that trade, in all honesty, because Annihilape is already set up in a really good position here. Now, they can obviously Terra the Ting-Lu, but that does mean that whatever Terra they were just fighting with, they're going to start losing to Ghost moves with, so I'm still okay with that. And we also have our Ting-Lu in the field. We've cleared their one immunity, unless they brought the Bronzong, which if they brought the Bronzong, I'm just going to Rage Fist it right away. Because I do deem that as more of a threat, truthfully. They're going to proceed to go into Amoonguss. Okay, Amoonguss is fine, actually. Alright. Well, I'm going to proceed to go for the... I think I'm going to go for the Drain Punch here into the Ting-Lu. And then meanwhile, I'm going to go for the Fissure into Actually, no. I'm going to reverse the play. I'm going to go for Rage Fist into Amoonguss. And then I'm going to go for the Terra Grass, and I'm going to go for the Stomping Tantrum into Amoonguss. The combination of these two, I assume, will take out Amoonguss, in all honesty. I can't imagine that it's going to live. Between the +1 boost and the base 100, as well as the fact that... Okay, so they're going to into Terra Grass. Okay, so they're also... Oh, no, that's my Ting-Lu. It's kind of funny, at the very least. I thought for some reason that we were both going to be Terra Grassed. But yeah, so this should get us Spore immunity, at least in case they deem that the Fissure's the threatening aspect of this. This Rocky Helmet's going to be a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. The Stomping Tantrum will do some substantial damage here. And I guess the question is, what mon did they Spore? Was it the Ting-Lu? They're going to go for Ruination, that's fine. Yeah, I assume that they're going to Spore the... I feel like they kind of have to Spore the Ting-Lu. Okay, perfect. Yeah, they Spore Ting-Lu. Perfect. Okay, so Rage Fist should KO at this point against the Amoonguss here. I'm pretty sure we did just enough damage to where we can guarantee that KO, actually. Yeah, we should guarantee. So we'll go for Rage Fist, and then I'm going to go for a Fissure here in a Ting-Lu. And we're just going to land the Fissure. I'm confident we're going to just land the Fissure. I'm curious about if they're going to Terrestrial at all or not. Because I still do have the opportunity to not only Terrestrial one of these two Pokemon, but also whatever their backliner is. Now, again, if it is Bronzong, I'm anticipating that will be the Terramon. But otherwise, I mean, Arcanine's not a bad Terra option here either, to be honest. Especially if it's Terra Grass, that could actually be really beneficial for my opponent. I'm curious about what they'll go for, though. Amoonguss should definitely die at the very least, which is huge. If they bring in Arcanine to try and Intimidate, that's fine, because we have Defiant, so that should boost a ton. Fluttermane will obviously die. I'm not concerned about Fluttermane. It's truthfully the least scary thing for these two, in my opinion. Okay, so Amoonguss drops, perfect. That's one less Pokemon to worry about. Despite the Rocky Helmet damage, I'm not really too concerned here. And meanwhile, my opponent is going to go for... Well, actually, my Ting-Lu might outpace. Nope, they're going to go for Earthquake. So they do outpace, that's fine. My Annihilape can just start Drain Punching, though, which is good. Really, the only thing that stops that would be the Fluttermane, which if they have Fluttermane, I'm just going to Tantrum it next turn. And Tantrum should do a substantial amount of damage at the very least. I'm kind of hoping that the next Mon is Arcanine, because Arcanine would be the easiest Mon to just get a Drain Punch off against. Because it's most likely not going to be creeping me. Nope, they're going to go for Fluttermane. Okay, unfortunate, but it is what it is. Boost your energy, please be speed, please be speed, please be speed. It's special attack, fuck. Okay, special attack is a little scary, actually, I can't lie. We'll go for a Protect here. And then I'm going to proceed to go for a Stomping Tantrum into the Fluttermane. This is mostly just in case if they go for like a Terra into like a Steel or something. I can't really go for Heavy Slam viably. And the Tantrum at the very least should be a really free hit. I'm assuming that will just KO between the stab boost as well as the double damage. I would be shocked if Fluttermane actually took that hit. So we're gonna see. Fingers crossed that this does end up just KOing. I have a lot of faith that it will, but who really does know in the end? I can't imagine though that this Fluttermane actually will take the hit. And killing the Fluttermane is huge. That does mean that I can actually... Oh fuck, they go for Protect. Okay, so that's actually really bad. That's actually like genuinely really bad, because now I might lose my Annihilape, which is kind of scary. And I can't actually beat their Ting-Lu 1v1. So this is a speed tie. That means they're also 4-speed Ting-Lu. Good to know. They're gonna go for Ruination. Okay. So I'm trying to think. So I kind of need to hope that they're gonna go for not my Annihilape. Yeah, I kind of need to hope they're not gonna go for my Annihilape here. I could just go for another Protect and try and get a double Protect. I feel like double Protect is fine. And then I can go for the Heavy Slam into the Fluttermane. And I think it's kind of my best play here. Essentially, yeah, they're going to Terra here. It's fine. They're probably going to Terra Fairy. Okay, yep. I mean, I will say if they're going for Gleam, I wasn't winning that turn anyway. I was always losing. But I kind of just need to hope that they were not clicking Terra Fairy Gleam. Or that my Ting-Lu can somehow fucking take this. Alright, Annihilape fails Protect. That's fine. Just don't go for Moonblast. They're gonna go for Gleam. Okay. I'm pretty sure Gleam just kills both Mons, to be completely honest. Yep, okay. Good game to my opponent, game 1. Let's try and get a win in game number 2, though. We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys. Game number 2, we're taking on Frosty, whose team consists of King Gambit, Amoonguss, Fluttermane, Baxcalibur, Chien Pao, and Iron Hands. Okay. So looking at this, I think that they have a couple of really good leads. For one, I think Chien-Pao Fluttermane is an amazing lead. They could also go Chien-Pao Iron Hands, though. I think it's definitely Chien-Pao plus one of the other bottom Mons. I don't think Amoonguss or the... Well, Amoonguss might lead. I really just don't think it can Gambit leads, to be honest. Not even sure if Kingambit comes to this game. I feel like I have a lot of pressure on it. I think as far as my lead goes, I feel like that I need to go with screens here. So I'm going to go with Grimmsnarl and Annihilape. I'm going to bring Arcanine, and I'm going to bring Maushold. I think Maushold could be decent late game. I can also go with Fluttermane. The issue being, though, is stuff like Kingambit, Amoonguss, Fluttermane, and then also Chien-Pao being a speed tie is kind of huge. I could bring Ting-Lu as well, but my concern with that is the dual Ice Core here. So I'm not really too keen on bringing Ting-Lu either. Good luck and fun to my opponent, though. We're gonna see what damage we can do here, because I feel like we can probably just make this work. I'm assuming, as I said, one of the ice types, if not both of them, will lead. With most likely Iron Hands or Fluttermane, I think will be the set. Iron Hands, Fluttermane just led itself. Okay, that's still fine actually. Iron Hands, Fluttermane as a lead is still more than manageable. This means I'm probably just gonna Terra the Annihilape and go for a. Well, no, I can probably just go for. I think I'm just gonna Terra the Annihilape, and then I'm gonna go for a Light Screen here. Light Screen should obviously be really good against the Fluttermane. And then, meanwhile, by going for the Terra on Annihilape, I can go for a Bulk up this turn. And then I can probably just go for a Protect while I let Grim go down. And then from there, proceed to go for a Follow Me. Or even just get the Front Guard boost. And that with the Light Screen should do a ton. They're going to go for a Fairy Attack. Perfect. It's most likely Dazzling Gleam. I'm perfectly okay with this. Because Gleam should actually be fairly weak between the Terra Fire as well as the Light Screen. So this should already put me in a huge position. They would quite literally need to like Sword Stance on that Annihilape for it to be any bit of a threat. And even still, the +1 as well as the fact that we'll have the the damage from, okay, they're gonna go for a Fake Out, that's fine. Fake Out's a little bit concerning because we'll lose the ability for screens. But it's not a huge deal, thankfully. We're still gonna take this hit pretty well with Annihilape, and I can just bring in Maushold after anyway. The fact that they made this play should still work out well for me because of the fact that I'm still going to have the Rage Fist damage boosting at least. And with the Bulk Up as well, I can proceed to bring in Maushold. And then just start nailing their team. Because Maushold should, if nothing else, be a really good support piece next to this. Also, because looking at their matchup right now, what I can do, I can proceed to actually go for Follow Me. And then probably just, I'm curious if Annihilape will die to this. Not Annihilape, Iron Hands. So we're Bulk Up, we have 0 attack. But versus Iron Hands, we are +1 attack. Charlie, and the Rage Fist has a multiplier. Okay, yeah, that's not gonna do enough. What about with 5? Does 5 do enough? 5 would do enough. Okay, we're actually just gonna go for Beat Up here. Oh, actually, I guess we're only gonna go for 4. That should still do a ton of damage, though. We're gonna go for that into the Iron Hands. They're gonna go for Moonblast anyway. Moonblast is fine. It's definitely gonna be in the Maushold, which I'm okay with that. Maushold drops. God damn it. Alright, well. That's really unfortunate, actually. I really thought I would have taken that hit, I can't lie. This Rage Fist is a lot of damage, though, thankfully. They're gonna drop their own defense. I can probably just Drain Punch them on the following turn and be fine. That's definitely like a choice Fluttermane, by the way. It's probably like a Specs Fluttermane, in all honesty. So I'm going to Drain Punch the Iron Hands next turn. That should be, I'm assuming, let's see, so with only the 1 boost, we did probably around like, so they're definitely not that bulky. They're really not that bulky. And now they're -1. I mean, Drain Punch might not kill anyway. Okay, well, we're going to go for the Flare Blitz then, just in case. Just because I really need the health back on Annihilape. I'm assuming that as well, they're going to switch out the Fluttermane here, which is fine. They're going to withdraw Iron Hands, actually. Okay, withdrawing Iron Hands is fine. Into what? Chien-Pao. Okay, so Chien-Pao will just drop. I'm perfectly okay with that. Now, my Arcanine, sadly, is going to get most of the damage off, which is actually really unfortunate with this turn. They're not even choice Fluttermane. What the fuck? Okay, well, we're going to lose Annihilape here. Fuck. Alright. I'm pretty sure I've lost this match, too. Oh my god, it's just not my day. Really just not my day. Okay, well, we're at least gonna bring Chien-Pao down to Sash. We can at least can't claim a kill here. Now I still definitely don't win this 1v1 because Fluttermane truthfully will just do too much damage. This Fluttermane's definitely just a nightmare. Holy shit. But I am gonna claim my kill. I'm gonna claim my kill because I am, oh my god, okay. Yeah, I'm still just playing on tilt from last night, to be completely honest. Oh my god, this is really bad. This is so bad. If I get power jumped here, just well played. I just got outplayed. Nope, I'm gonna get Shadow Ball. It's still gonna do a ton of damage. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I definitely just die here to the next, literally the next, like, any attack. I'll go for E-Speed again just to claim a kill on Champav, just to make it not a 4-0. But yeah, no, that's the game. I should have valued the Fluttermane a lot more. I was really thinking it was Specs, and with that last turn, I was like, oh, okay, well, if it's Specs Fluttermane, they kind of have to switch out here. So I can just claim a kill on Iron Hands and make my game easier that way. But no, it was not Specs. That just does a lot of damage. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure, wait, I'm pretty sure that my mouse was supposed to take a hit from that. Was my mouse not supposed to be EV'd for that? Because it's not Life Orb. What the fuck? Oh, is this just Modest Sash Fluttermane? I think it's just Modest Sash Fluttermane. Because Terra Fairy Moonblast, yeah, that shouldn't have killed unless it's Modest. So I just gotta roll with Modest. That's what it was. It's a 50-50 for what it's worth. So it's not like it's a Haxie roll or anything like a 6%. No, it's literal 50-50. Alright. Well, we're gonna see you guys in game number 3. Peace out. Okay, we got a little bit of a Mercy, I can't lie. A little bit sad that this will be the team that we have to beat, but it's fine. Sylveon, Bramble, Gast, Salamence, Iron, Bundle, Ting-Lu, Volcarona. Okay. So this is definitely a Mouse Ape lead. Definitely just Mouse Ape. We're gonna definitely bring the Fluttermane in the back. Fluttermane is really good here, at least for massacring stuff like Ting-Lu. Actually, I mean, it's decent for stuff like the Bundle, Salamence, Ting-Lu, if nothing else. And it's just a decent blanket offensive mon. I could also bring Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl's not bad. Arcanine's not bad, but it's just Arcanine puts up not a lot of pressure here. I'm gonna bring Ting-Lu's final mon here. Most likely I'm going to. I feel like most likely I'm going to tear the Ting-Lu. I can't really see why I wouldn't. There's a couple concerns with Bundle and Volcarona, but I think I could pressure them pretty early. I'm assuming that's actually just going to be their lead. Bundle Volcarona or like Salamence Volcarona. Maybe Salamence Bundle too, but I think it's definitely 2 of those 3 are the lead. They're going to proceed to lead off with Salamence Sylveon. Okay, Salamence Sylveon's fine. We're just going to proceed to go for the beat up here. They're going to Intimidate and boost my attack even further. Yeah, we're just going to go for beat up and kill the Sylveon. No real reason not to. Yeah. So we'll go for the Rage Fist. We'll kill the Sylveon here. I'll go for Terra Fire just mostly in case they click a Hurricane here. Well, am I really scared of Hurricane? I'm actually not. I'm not scared of Hurricane. So we'll go for that, and we'll go for the beat up here. My beat up should be fine to get off here. Perfect. So that's a Salamence. It's really fucking slow. That's probably just Adamant or Modest Salamence, which is good information, obviously. They could go for Tailwind. This totally could just be going for Tailwind this turn, which is kind of fine. It would essentially, it's almost certainly going to be slower than mine, so we'll at least get this turn off, which I'm pretty okay with that. And Sylveon is gone. Perfect. Okay. 1 Pokemon cleared. That's at least, if nothing else, good for my ego, because today has just been a tilt day for sure. They're going to probably bring in, if I had to guess, they're going to probably bring in the Volcarona, truthfully. Volcarona or Ting-Lu both have kind of okay matchup. But I'm really okay with either. I'm probably, if they bring in Ting-Lu, I'm just going to Drain Punch it and then go for Follow Me. It'll do not great damage, but it'll do something. I could also just go for Rage Fist and Salamence and just limit their team down to 1 Mon, which might have some merit, but Ting-Lu is kind of dangerous, so I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Okay. So I'm actually just going to go for Follow Me here and go for Bulk Up. The reason being is mostly because I'm assuming that Bramblegast will go for some sort of like Ghost move here. Maybe even like a Terra Blast Ghost, which I'm fine with that. I can just draw it in to my Maushold, and that'll be pretty beneficial. Also, Salamence just goes for like an Outrage here or some shit. I'm fine with that. I'm assuming it will probably go for like a Draco Meteor. But I'm okay with taking a Draco Meteor too. It's really not that threatening in my opinion. The Bramble obviously getting an attack boost is a little bit concerning, but it's not too bad because Bramble's not that strong of a mon. And if they're really going to Helping Hand boost Bramble, I'm pretty okay with that actually. Because thankfully Follow Me, unlike Rage Powder, can still draw in Grass types. So they're still going to get drawn in by this. They're going to go for Bullet Seed. Okay, that'll do a lot of damage. It's probably loaded dice actually. The fact that this is loaded dice is a little concerning. But it's not too big of a deal. I'm going to definitely just go for Terra Fire on Ape and just kill them on, because I'm assuming it is Focus Sash. And with Ting-Lu on the other hand, so now I have a little bit of a pickle here. I think I just need to let the Fluttermane go down, in all honesty, and then just take out the Bramblegast. Yeah, I'm just going to take out the Bramblegast. Fluttermane isn't as important in my endgame as I said. The Annihilape is definitely my win con here. So we're going to go for Terra Fire now. I'm going to kill the Bramble. And then I'm going to go for Dazzling Gleam, just in case they do ignore my Annihilape. Well, in case they do ignore my Flutter Mane. Because there's a world where they might, in all honesty. Maybe they deem the Annihilape too much of a threat by this point. Which I'm okay with that. If they really are deeming my Annihilape that much of a threat, so be it. Because I can actually probably just bulk up even with the Terra Fire on their Ting-Lu. They would have to essentially have 4th Bond Bundle for this to be any bit concerning. And I'm not really too concerned if they are 4th Bond Bundle. They're going to go for Phantom Force here. Okay. Phantom Force. Ooh, fuck. We can at least kill the Salamence. I'm fine with killing the Salamence. Because Salamence will definitely drop the Gleam. Oh my god, it didn't even drop the Gleam. Well, they're stalling out their Tailwind if nothing else. And I can switch out and Flutter Mane into Ting-Lu, and that should be fine. I know for a fact that Annihilape will take this hit pretty well anyway. I'm going to proceed to go for a Protect. Not because I can take the... Hold on. How many turns of Tailwind are left? It is... Oops. It is 1 turn of Tailwind. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go for Protect, not because I'm worried about the Phantom Force, because Phantom Force will just get walled anyway, but mostly just to take the Salamence hit, because Salamence is faster than their Bramblegast, so I want to make sure that well, it's probably faster than their Bramblegast. I technically don't know that, but it would be pretty unlikely, and I want to make sure that I can take that hit. So we're going to get the Protect off here. I'm curious what the Salamence will go for, but I'm assuming it's probably going to go for like a Heat Wave here. Oh, they're going to go for Earthquake. Okay, that's fine. Earthquake isn't a big deal, and I can make sure that I'm now outpacing their team. I'm just going to take out the Bramble here. Because Bramble should be slow right now. And then they're going to Phantom Force. Yep, okay, so Phantom Force and the Ape is fine. I knew I'd take that. I mostly just wanted to go for it to try and take the Salamence hit. So this is perfectly okay. I'm going to go for Heavy Slam into Salamence, and then I'm going to go for a Rage Fist into Bramblegast. I think that both moves will just kill. I can't imagine that Bramble will actually take this hit. Meanwhile, the Salamence definitely just drops to a Heavy Slam, so I'm pretty okay with that. Tailwind being gone is huge. I could actually... So I could technically just kill the Salamence. That gets rid of Tailwind, and that might be better. And then I'll go for the Fissure into the Bramblegast. Not that I think that they won't just click Phantom Force again, but in case they do, they might just go for Bullet Seed, truthfully. Bullet Seed is fine, but I can't really let them get up a Tailwind this turn. So I do need to kill the Salamence here before it gets up a Tailwind. And that does look like it's going to happen, thankfully. Perfect, okay. So, they're down to just Bramblegast in one of their Pokemon. I'm curious if that's going to be Bundle. I feel like it should be Bundle, but if it's Ting-Lu, that's really good for me. Okay. So, I can at least get a boosted Tantrum next turn, which is fine. Well, actually, no, because it didn't fail. It only didn't hit. Alright. Well, Bramblegast should get Massacred, which is good. They do a Protect, obviously. They're just going to get Rage Fisted next turn, to be honest. Ting-Lu, okay. Ting-Lu is fine. I'm just going to go for Fissure into Ting-Lu, and I'm going to go for the Rage Fist into the Bramblegast. So, that way then we can try and claim the KO on Ting-Lu, which I'm assuming is Assault Vest. And then the Bramblegast can die before it gets off any actual damage in my Ting-Lu, which is helpful. I'm assuming that they are most likely going to be loaded dice. If they're Focus Sash, I can just go for Gleam next turn and be fine. Though I guess there's a concern with Shadow Sneak. Yeah, that would be kind of concerning, actually. I'll have to make it work. My opponent's going to finally Terrestrial here. I'm assuming that... So, I'm not actually sure what type they Terrestrial into. Because any type that's going to resist Ghost will be fucked by fighting. They're going to be Terra Bug. Terra Bug is interesting. Unironically, it's kind of an interesting Terra type. I can get the logic in it, but they're still going to get smashed by Rage Fist, thankfully, which is my much stronger attack here. So I'm pretty okay with this, actually. Bramble will die, and then next turn I can just take out Ting-Lu. So, they have, if anything, opened themselves up to lose quicker by doing this. The Fissure does not land. I can't lie, I kind of want to just make a Fissure land. I'm going to go for Protect and Annihilate just to try and land the Fissure, because I didn't land it the last time I clicked Fissure at all. And I'm very upset by that still. I got comments saying that it clickbaited, but like, Ting-Lu's presence alone was what made that team threatening. It wasn't the fact that it had landed Fissures. It's the fact that Ting-Lu existed. They canceled the battle before I could land a Fissure. God fucking damn it. Okay. Well, that's our third game of the day. I'm gonna try and get in one more just because I'm 1-1, and I'd rather get 2-2, even if I end up going for a really long video today. I'd rather go 2-2. But yeah. So we're gonna see you guys in game number 4. Peace out. Okay, so moving on to our final game of the day, we're taking on Palafin, Flutter Mane, Arcanine, King Gambit, Ting-Lu, and Amoonguss. Okay. So at the very least, they have the standard Flutter Mane, Palafin, Arcanine, Amoonguss core with just 2 good things. Understandable. As far as my lead goes, this is definitely going to be an Annihilape Maushold lead. Annihilape Maushold should be pretty good. I'm going to definitely Terra Annihilape 100%. We're bringing Ting-Lu in the back, and then I think the final mon probably will be Arcanine. Arcanine could be a decent option here with Intimidate. At the same time, Flutter Mane's also really good. Their team is kind of susceptible to Flutter Mane. I'll go with that. Their team realistically should get pressured pretty well by Ting-Lu plus Flutter Mane, if nothing else. It's a decent backline for me, so I'll take what I can get there. The Palafin is a little bit concerning, but at the same time, though, Palafin can definitely be played around. Thankfully, Maushold can put some good pressure on that. Their Ting-Lu is a little bit scary, but at the same time, Ting-Lu is always kind of scary for balance. So we're gonna kind of have to just wait and see what happens. I'm assuming that their lead's probably gonna be Palafin and probably Palafin Flutter Mane, I feel like, with Arcanine in the back and then Ting-Lu in the back. They could also bring Amoonguss. I don't think Kingambit comes to this game for what it's worth. I think it's definitely Flutter Mane Palafin lead with Arcanine and then Ting-Lu or Amoonguss Ting-Lu. I don't think Arcanine Ting-Lu comes to this game because I think that Ting-Lu is just that important for beating Flutter Mane, but who knows. They're gonna go Kingambit Flutter Mane. Okay, not a bad lead for them actually. I'm gonna definitely go for the Terra Fire on the yeah, I'm gonna definitely go for the Terra Fire on the Kingambit. Not on the Kingambit, on the Annihilape. They're gonna definitely go for Terra on Kingambit, I feel like, or they're gonna switch, and I'm fine with either way. We're gonna go for Rage Fist, and we're gonna go for the Beat Up, and that should be decent here. They would literally need to predict around my Terra to kill me here, so I'm okay with that. They could also just go for a Terra Fairy Moonblast. If they are modest, that is a KO, but otherwise, though, it's not really a good KO here. If they anticipate that I'm gonna go for Beat Up here, they might go for Sucker, but again, I just kind of assumed they'd switch out or Terra. So since they are staying in, I'm assuming Terra Flying, which I'm fine with Terra Flying. That just means next turn I can go for a Rage Fist into it. Okay. So what did my opponent click here? They didn't Terra the Flutter Mane, which is good. They're gonna Terra Kingambit. Okay, Terra Kingambit is perfectly okay. They're gonna proceed to go for what Terra type? It's probably Flying, right? It's Dark. Okay, why Terra Dark? I feel like Terra Dark is still not good in this matchup. But to each their own. To each their own. They're probably trying to boost Sucker Punch damage, truthfully, which I'm fine with that. Dazzling Gleam goes off. I should chew that pretty comfortably. And then my Beat Ups are gonna go off into Ape, and that should massacre the Flutter Mane. So I'm fine with killing Flutter Mane. It's actually really good for me because it means that my Flutter Mane no longer has to deal with this, which is huge. And then I can just Drain Punch into Kingambit next turn, which is fine. I can also just go for Follow Me with Maushold just to ensure that I don't get a Sucker Punch, which will be good. If they go for Kowtow into my Maushold, I'm just gonna bring in my. Okay, so they're gonna go for Kowtow into what slot though? I think it's in a mouse. Yeah, in a mouse. Okay. So then I'm just gonna go into Flutter Mane here, and I could force a really good 50-50 at this point. Of will I go for the Moonblast, which I am gonna go for Moonblast. Well, actually, I'm probably gonna go for. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Moonblast, I think. But it's essentially a 50-50 of do I kill the Kingambit with my Annihilape or with my Flutter Mane? Now I'm pretty sure that Annihilape will just kill it at this point. With I might even just do more damage with Rage Fist, to be completely honest. Amoonguss, okay. I'm fine with that as well. Okay. Let's see. So Amoonguss versus Annihilape. We're 5 times Rage Fist boosted. I don't actually guarantee a KO though, funny enough. At least not versus standard. So I'll go for the Gleam. We're gonna go for Rage Fist here into an Amoonguss, and then I'm gonna go for Gleam here into both. That should be enough damage at least, if nothing else. I can proceed to get off some really good damage into the Amoonguss. With the Specs Gleam, if nothing else, this should at least bring it down 14%, which should be enough for his standard spreads of Amoonguss here, which typically don't run a lot of investment. That's not a Assault Vest, so that's actually really interesting. I really thought that'd be Assault Vest Kingambit. Well, thankfully we targeted the Amoonguss spot anyway. If anything else came in there, I would not have targeted Amoonguss. I would not have targeted the partner slot, and I would have truthfully just went for Kingambit to get my recovery back. But thankfully they brought in the one Mon that let me just claim his KO. Perfect. The crit did not matter. To put in perspective, they would need to be pretty much max Def. 236 HP, 156 for Lax, which is typically what people run. That would have done enough to kill. And truthfully, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, even max Def did around 76 min. So there were always rolls that I could have killed that anyway. So I don't think the crit really mattered a ton. You're gonna go into Palafin. Okay, so they have Baby Finn. Baby Finn with no Terra is honestly fine. That's pretty free for me. I'll go for Drain Punch into the Kingambit here, and I'm gonna go for a Dazzling Gleam. Actually, I'm gonna go for Protect on Annihilape here. Okay. This is a little bit of a predicament, truthfully. I'm gonna go for Drain Punch, King Gambit, and then I'm gonna go for Dazzling Gleam here. Baby Elephant is kind of weak, but it might be strong enough to actually pick me off. And I need to just get my damage off regardless of however I manage it. Dazzling Gleam will go off. Thankfully, they didn't go for dual priority because that could have actually been really scary here. Okay, perfect. They're gonna let me get some health back. It means they're probably gonna go for a Wave Crash. Dual priority could have actually like genuinely given them an out to this game, albeit Ting-Lu could have still probably won it. But it was like my only chance at actually losing the match, in my opinion. They're gonna go for a Wave Crash probably into the most likely into the Annihilape, which is still actually really terrifying because it's gonna kill. Jet Punch probably wouldn't have, but Jet Punch plus Sucker Punch could have, and that might have been scary in its own right. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Ting-Lu can definitely just go for a Fissure here, which I'm gonna just go for Fissure here because I do anticipate that they're gonna go for Jet Punch into Flutter Mane. Sadly, I can't stop myself from clicking Gleam, which is a little unfortunate because we're now 2 Ting-Lu vids in a row where I've not clicked Fissure. So someone's gonna clickbait me or call me a clickbaiter, which, albeit, kind of probably will be. Jet Punch into Ting-Lu. Okay, yeah. So it wouldn't have killed the Flutter Mane anyway. Okay. Well, good games. At least we went. I'm content that we went 2-2. I'm feeling a little bit better about the team now. As I said, I think it's a team that's doing fine. I just really am not good at playing balances, I've realized in this format. I could kind of do it in Series 2, but even still, I'm just not a good balance player. I'm gonna try and work on that. But at the very least, though, next week we're gonna start off. Well, tomorrow we're gonna have a tier list video followed by a couple more Regulation C vids into an interview again next week. I was gonna have that up yesterday, but it's a really fucking long interview. Bird really gave me just a lot to work with here, for the most polite way to put it. So we'll take that. If you guys enjoyed, though, like and subscribe for more. Shout out to all of the channel members, of course, being Josh K, Ultra Player, Mia, Zeke Zero, Matt O'Shea, Bbat, Anna DePer, Timo Mueller, and Fonzie. Your support on the channel is greatly appreciated. And if you want to get some more content like this, channel membership down below, you guys can get some more runs. I'm putting up a poll. This should actually go up for channel members very shortly, as of me recording this. It's going to go up before I leave for my lunch today, so that means you guys will see it before the video goes up. So yeah, with that said, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's upload, which should be a tier list. I believe it's for Terra. I believe it's for fighting. No, it's for flying. No, we did flying. It's for Terra Ghost actually up next. Ooh, Ghost should be an interesting one. We'll see you guys then. Peace out, guys.